What is up, Ham Radio? Kilo Echo 8, Papa Zulu November, the Ham Radio Adventure Guy. Thanks for stopping by. Your one stop for everything Adventure Radio. It is Hump Day. Means it's time for the Hump Day Happy Hour. I'm excited about tonight. It is the last Hump Day hour of the year, and we're talking goals for 2023. Got a lot of stuff planned for tonight. Got a lot of people going to talk to us tonight. Really quick, first, we're going to give a shout out to the Patreons. This list has everybody except the newest, Bobby Evans. So shout out to you as well, Bobby Evans. And you will be on the next list. Software was not cooperating this evening. But Patreons are always helping me do a lot of things, and I couldn't do it without them. That's for sure. The list is getting longer. If you need to get your name on the list very soon, guys, it's worth it, I promise. Also, we got the Adventure Club. These guys also keep me going, and they keep getting you guys contacts, because I'll tell you what, if it wasn't for all these guys supporting me, I couldn't do half the stuff that I do. And shout out to Randall Edge for the off-stream donation once again. All right, the first person I'm going to bring out my executioner. So Hayden, go ahead and pop out here.
Hey, everybody.
Hayden is the King's executioner, and I'm going to just tell you, Hayden is the executioner because he executes everything I need him to take care of. If I need it killed, Hayden kills it. So, Hayden, welcome to the stream.
Thanks for having me tonight.
The next person, he's kind of like the bodyguard of part of my kingdom. But I tell you, I got to watch this one really close. I think he's trying to start his own kingdom up there. But we're going to bring out the protector of the North next. Go ahead and bring him out. What's up, James?
That's the king of the North.
See, there we go. We may have to do away with this guy next year. He might be buried somewhere, but we'll leave him for now.
Maybe we should bring the wall a little further south.
I'd hate to, he's supposed to be protecting the North, but, I got a jester that like invades the North all the time. And if he's letting a little QRP jester invade, I don't know what good he's doing up there anyway. All right, next, we're going to bring out the man who brings you all my latest contacts and the hand of the king himself. Let's bring out Whiskey Delta 4 Delta Alpha November.
Happy Hump Day.
What is up, Dan?
Not a lot. How about y'all?
Good to see you. Good to see you. You ain't planning on overthrowing me as well, are you?
Not this year.
Okay, that's good. That's good. All right, so I got a couple more people backstream, and everybody's going to know this next person because so far we got a bunch of old crazy activators out here, but we got to bring out the Master of Hunt next. And if she's not in your log, you're not a real activator, Miss Toby. What's up, Toby?
Hello, everyone. Hello. How's everybody doing?
I'm doing great. So we got two people left here, and I know who's going last because he's always last. So we got two jesters back there, and one of them's going to eventually be a maester, but I don't know. They're both clowns. I don't know which one's going to be it. We'll bring out the first one. We'll bring out Mr. Peak Nose Mask Guy, Kilo 8 Golf Quebec. We'll bring him out.
And here he is.
Oh, there he is. Here I'm announcing him. You got him now? All right, there he is. What's going on, Terry?
Oh, I had to switch off from the iPad. I lost sound, and I had to come to the computer.
Uh-oh. Even your internet's a clown. All right, and last and definitely least, the guy with the smallest signal out there. We're gonna bring out the PP Man.
What's up?
What is up, PP Man?
Hey, Toby, the mouse squasher. I am officially the gum underneath her shoe.
The gum underneath her shoe. I swear, I believe that.
There was 4 parks in a row where her and I were calling at the same time, and every single time I'm bridesmaid. They take cookie first, and then they take the gum second.
Well, you know, if you're going to ride a coattail, that would be a good one to ride if you're hunting parks. That's for
But
sure.
she's courteous. She's courteous because when she's exiting the room, she says, "Oh, by the way, there's this little guy. Yeah, he's trying to contact you."
I might track some mud on him on the way in, but here he is on the way out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so she is courteous. She's very courteous.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, so this is the King's Court, and everybody in here probably got a lot of different goals for next year. At least I hope everybody does, because we're talking goals tonight. And I know we're saving James toward the end. I'll go last, but we'll save James toward the end because he's the one that tells me he's going big. He's probably going bigger than me next year. But we'll see. And we know PP Man's going small because but we're not going to make him go last. Let's go with Terry just in case he loses internet on us and drops. Terry, what's going to be your goals for next year, buddy?
Well, I like to get 900 new unique parks by the summer so I can achieve 5,000 unique parks. Want to get more Eagle Nest Awards. I only have one so far. And I want to find more time to go out and activate. And might be retiring next year. And then if that's the case, I'll have a whole new set of goals.
You know, there's nothing wrong with I always set my goals for the year to where I know I'm going to achieve them. Just like last year, I think I achieved my goals in like July or something stupid, and then I just started adding new goals to it. So it's always good to make them achievable. But yeah, if you retired, you definitely would have a whole new world of stuff to play with.
Yeah, I want to perfect my my Viking meatloaf.
Well, Hayden says his wife makes the best meatloaf.
Very moist.
Absolutely.
Very
My wife makes better meatloaf than yours, Hayden.
Well, we will have to have a meatloaf off.
We're gonna have.
I'm in. I'm testing. I'm tester. The jester's the tester.
First, I'll have to get a deer soon because she makes her meatloaf with the deer, and that really
that's cheating.
That's how I like my meatloaf.
Well, then we're gonna have to get some moose.
There you
Okay.
go.
I've never
There
had
you
moose.
go. Big deer.
First off, eating deer meat is never cheating because I try to make most of my meals out of deer meat. But a moose would work too. But I don't think a moose is going to be as good as deer.
Moose is pretty damn good.
I've had it. What would you know about a moose? You probably was eating mouse. You're used to small, not big.
No, I've eaten moose. It's pretty good. Hey, I'm from there.
No, you're from over there.
Oh, wow.
We can make moose loaf.
Moose loaf.
You got something about VE2?
Yeah, they're next door.
Oh Lord, here we go. We got Canadian turf war going on.
Canadian turf war.
PP Man, you might have to step it up and go up there and just take part of a parish for me or something. And
well, that is one of my goals. Actually, I'm planning on crossing the border a few more times to take over to bring back as many good radios as I can.
Oh Lord, here we go. It's already started with the meatloaf again. I swear, Eddie is obsessed with Viking meatloaf because every single show he makes sure and thank you very much for the super chat, Eddie. But he makes sure that his comments are seen about the meatloaf every time. So Eddie might have to be the tester of the meatloaf.
Don't forget the ketchup.
No.
Ooh.
Oh.
No.
Real Viking meatloaf definitely don't have ketchup. Yeah, it's substituted.
Is
All
Viking
right.
meatloaf topped with anchovy and
Chovies.
anchovies?
Ew.
If
Would
it's
that be
Viking, it's got to have some seafood, right?
Oh,
would that be Italian meatloaf?
It may taste a little bit like anchovies, but it doesn't have anchovies in it. But it may be a little fishy to it. It may have a little
Ooh.
fishy.
Goals.
Okay, gold. Yeah,
Dan-
I forgot.
Dan's
We're not
Thanks,
on
Dan.
shenanigans. We're not. All right. So that's Terry's goals. Next, we're gonna head over to the executioner because this guy, I'm gonna have to beat him into activating. I want to hear what he's gonna come up with, and if he wasn't the one that swings the axe, I would say he probably ain't gonna activate like I want him to, but we'll see what he's got. What you got, Hayden?
well, I am definitely not doing a Bailey Sprott challenge. So that's a no. That's a hard no. I did 31 activations last year, and I slacked off towards the end of the year. So my first goal is to double that. Keep it simple. If I can get triple, I'll be happy with that. Goal number 2, I want to have a meetup for Maryland or Mid-Atlantic or whoever just wants to come. And I want to have a really good meetup. April 29th is a Saturday. My birthday is a Sunday, just in case anybody wants to come and help me celebrate my birthday
Just
too.
in case Dan's got a spare FTDX
Yeah,
10.
just in
Yeah,
case. Yeah.
Just in case.
No, it's gonna be a memorial activation for my mentor. I'll do it every year, but I want to incorporate a meetup and get all the POTA people together that can show up, and I'm going to try and get a pavilion for that. And then goal number 3 is to get maritime mobile activations a thing. Do as
Nice.
many of those as I can.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Back
Hey,
to you, King.
Listen, doubling your activations. That's always a good place to start. I'll commend you for that. I wouldn't want to double my activations because I would probably be dead. But that's a good start, man. I'm proud of that one for you. So,
Yeah, it should
but
be
now
fun.
you're going to have to keep us updated where you're at. So I'd be what 64 is what you're shooting for?
31, 62, yeah.
62. Okay,
And I
60.
should be able to do that.
Come up here. I'll get you half of those in a day.
Yeah. Well, there's
It might be at
52
notes.
weeks. There's 52 weeks in a year, so I have to go out at least every weekend, and then have a couple double weekends.
1.2 parks a week.
Yeah.
Those 0.2s will
1.2.
suck though. They'll be fails.
Well,
One-
I figure,
I doubled mine. I'll
if I'm
have
out
6.
on the boat every weekend, I'll get one Saturday, get one Sunday, and then that'll be good.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. All right, so let's switch it. And before she starts, Toby has something she would like to say before she even starts on goals. So I'm gonna give the floor to Miss Toby.
Okay, yeah. So before you, I wanted to just say thank you to all the activators out there that have been going to all the parks this year, so we can have a lot of fun. I know even if you just take your car out, that you have your hamstick on the car, or if you're really adventurous and you're throwing that wire up in the tree and getting your radio set up on the benches, your batteries, etc., and calling CQ. We can't do it without you to have fun hunting. And, most recently I heard somebody say there was blowing snow and 10 below. So you're going out in extreme weather, either extreme hot or extreme cold weather. So we can have fun hunting out there. So thank you very much. I just want to say, please be aware of your environment, even for the new activators that are out there, so you're safe, and drive safely so we can POTA on. So that's what I want to say. Thank you very much. And so my goals would be for my QSOs, I would probably keep like one goal from this year because it was pretty successful. And that was since I was asked in March, I'm still going to go with 1 QSO a day because everything else from there is a bonus. And it's fun. And it made the whole year fun. Putting out big numbers is like, the propagation got crazy on certain days in the summer. And here in the winter, we're just like losing ourselves. So just doing that makes it easier. I'd like to try to go hit the 5,000 parks, but I would like to take the whole year and get the 5,000 parks. Terry wants to go in 6 months, but I'll take the whole year because you don't know when the activator is getting on that's going to have unique parks for you. And then the propagation again. The other thing I'm going to do is get more involved with activating with our club, Whiskey 2 Zulu Quebec. And in fact, we're going to have, but there's going to be a different call sign on Monday. It's called Whiskey 2 Papa. It's going to be for the Battle of Princeton. And we're going to be at the Princeton battlefield, I believe it's called. I didn't write down the number. I'm sorry. But it'll be a POTA for Whiskey 2 Papa. And we should be starting to be on the air about 11:30. So approximately 3-ish. So that'll be my first one. And then there should be other POTA activations that are not scheduled yet with Whiskey 2 Zulu Quebec. So try to look for those down the road. And I guess that would be, maybe I'll look see if I can get 3 more Eagles, see how that works out. And that's always questionable too, because you don't know when activator is going to be hit the same park, if it's not a very popular park. So you just have to wait for that to happen. So that's my goals.
Or you can wait till Christmas time and you can message me and be like, I just need this many more contacts. I'll tell you, I worked my butt off Christmas Eve and Christmas Day getting a couple people their Eagles at a couple of parks. But it was Christmas. Had to do it. Had to do it. Excellent, Toby. Excellent. All right. God, we got to talk to this guy, don't we? Why did you make me bring him on the stream? How can I make you the hand and you make me do things like this? I'm the king.
I tried. I'm sorry. I failed.
All right. What little goals does the QRP guy got?
Actually, they're not little.
Oh, God.
352 activations minimum.
Okay.
50 new to me parks. 20 Canadian Atnos.
Ooh.
That's Atnos to you, right?
No, I can find 20 fairly easy on the other side of the river.
Oh, okay. So
why are you saying no? I found 5 of them in half a day.
So let me
They
get
ain't gonna be at those by the time you get to them.
Let me get this
Oh.
straight.
Ooh.
Let me get this straight.
Did I just get challenged?
You are planting.
Did somebody come out with their sword?
You are planting the king's flag to secure my north. I'm liking it. Keep going.
I'm pushing
keep
the
going.
border up. Hayden wants to pull the border down. I'm pushing the border up.
I want to go
You're
where
pushing
it's
it
warm.
sideways.
You can have the north.
You're right.
Hold
You're
up
right.
there.
Sideways. And to come back with a few more radios from the fatherland, because there's a lot of guys over there who want to get rid of some nice radios.
It works in your favor.
And just out of curiosity, are these QRP goals or these QRO goals?
Every single one of them is going to be 5 watts or less, baby.
Okay.
I'm not touching QRO next year. Not touching it.
Not touching it.
I'm not cleaning anybody's wax out of anybody's ears.
So in other words, you're just going to send me the 891 and say I'm done.
I don't have an 891. Oh, no, I do have. What am I talking about? No.
You do have an 891.
I'm not getting rid of any rate. Hey, did you hear today the 818 is discontinued?
Yep,
Yeah,
did hear that.
I hear that, and here you see, if you noticed a new background and you can't see the 9918 because PP Man's in the way, but
We can fix that.
but you got the 818 down there, and
You just snuffed me out like that.
it makes me wonder what they're going to do. They're going to probably come out with a whole new Yaesu QRP radio that I'm just going to have, you know.
Well,
I'm
they're
like,
gonna have to do something because that they no longer have a portable QRP radio.
Well, QRP's been reassigned to 20 watts now.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Why'd
What's
they do
it?
that?
What's that other radio that you got rid of?
no, whoa. Who said it's
Now,
reassigned?
wait a
that?
minute. What's the other radio that you had on the picture there? The G90?
Yeah.
Isn't that considered a QRP radio?
Well, any radio is QRP.
Yeah,
QRP
any radio
is
can be
public radio.
QRP.
But
But no, QRP is still 10 and under.
okay,
Yeah.
let's
But-
hope so. I always thought it was 5 and under.
But
But
what I said is Yaesu no longer has a QRP portable radio. I mean, you're not taking
Yes.
the 991A into, well, you can, but you'll be a tired folk when you get
Are you pulling a sword out on me?
No. I'm just saying
The general
it's-
public.
It's not 5 miles back into the woods radio because of the battery size you got to take and the radio size.
Thank you. I'm adding a goal right now.
Oh God.
I'm going to have to outfit the 4.
I bet you this goal's got wheels on it. It's a wheelbarrow that tows behind them.
You don't want to carry my 62-pound battery in to the
No.
woods?
Are you still using lead acid?
I have a sealed lead acid, but it stays in the truck.
You go to Canada to activate, you better bring a wheelbarrow.
Nope.
Yeah,
Nope.
yeah, I know. Because
Bring a
I'm
sled.
I'm going to clean up a bunch of those parks. I'm going to put them all in one wheelbarrow, and then I'm going to stand it in my muck boots, and I'm going to activate 100 for.
100 for.
Oh, those are my goals, though. That's I think they're achievable. They're really not. I'm not pushing for the sky.
Okay.
Well, you can't push with a sky on 2 watts.
I think I do okay.
He can push for it. He just can't reach it.
I walk in on other people's backs, either Larry's back or Toby's back. They carry me in the room.
Oh,
We make
know.
sure you're heard.
I can't tell you how many times I've heard Larry say, "PP man's in there for you."
I got people working for me, man.
Good stuff. Oh, Mr. QRP. So just out of curiosity, you think Yaesu's going to come out with a new QRP radio?
They have to. They just opened up the bottom end of their market. They left it to everybody else.
They need something to compete with the 705.
Does anybody remember what I said after Hamcation last year? Okay.
What'd you say? Remind us.
Hmm.
We weren't all in the room.
I'm just saying that eventually somebody's going to make a radio just to kill the Pillow Queen QRP radio. You know.
Oh yeah, with the Barbie mic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know.
I wonder if that'll ever get back to ICOM. I keep calling it a Barbie mic.
Maybe we'll see a nice 705 killer with a Ken mic and a slice of meatloaf extra with it. You know.
Yeah. It'll be tough because the 818's got such a huge following. 818, 817.
Well,
it's got such a huge following.
I like mine. I've got it, and I'll continue activating with it. But I'm kind of curious since they're taking a radio. How long's that thing been on the market?
21 years.
21 years. I mean, yeah, it was the 817, but it just upgraded.
That was my first HF radio. Was 817.
Yeah, they didn't change it. They added a watt. They made it an ND as standard. There's still no roofing filter in it as a standard. That's still an option.
Mm-hmm.
They really didn't change a whole lot. I mean, you have one. Are you afraid to damage it?
Mm-mm.
Look at that guy from Australia. What VE or VK? What's his name? That's the only radio he has. It looks like it's been through World War I, II, and the Korean War, and he's still operating with it.
No, it's a great radio, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Hayden. I hope you're watching the chat, and I apologize
I
because
am.
there's so many people on this stream. I'm not paying attention to the chat very good.
Chat's a little slow right now. I was wondering if it died.
Well, we might be boring them out. You know, they're like, oh, all these guys with these stupid goals, and then they're like, hey, when are you doing it so I can catch you? When are they doing it? So I
Hey,
can catch
James, are you ready? Are you open to a foursome activation?
Oh,
a foursome activation?
Which James are you asking?
You.
Let me ask my wife.
No.
I do doubles and triples all the time. What's one more person in the truck?
Yeah, I hear you get around.
Mm-hmm.
Is that why you crossed the border? It's a little more freedom over there.
They're a little slack on their rules over there, DC man. The wildlings over there in
The
Canada.
wildlings, yes.
Yep.
that cabin fever gets to them. You know, it messes with their heads.
oh
funny.
yes. There's an amendment to my goal. Work Hawaii
Mm.
when Eric gets back.
That's a good goal.
Work Hawaii Maritime Mobile.
You know, Eric, why don't if you really want us to hunt you, why don't you just go to Alaska for a while?
Please. Yeah, because I have the wild card. I don't have Alaska.
Because hardly anybody ever activates it. It always confuses me because they're like, well, we don't activate in the summer. We're getting ready for winter. I'm like, okay, if winter is that bad and you're getting ready for it in the summer, you're going to go activate in it? What is wrong with you?
Well, they can't grow any food, and you know the mosquitoes ain't going to kill them in the winter, so it makes some sense.
Yeah.
Have you not watched the TV show about Alaska? People living in Alaska?
No.
Which one?
Oh, there's 3 or 4 of them. It's
yeah.
tough life. At least they make it look tough.
All right, we're gonna move. We're gonna move up to the hand of the king. Dan, you know, I've never really, you know, you just recently started coming around us and stuff like that, and I've never really heard you pushing the goal level like some of these other guys here. So, what you got for me, man?
Me and you are going to get a plane ticket to Alaska with 2-meter handhelds and actually get our state.
Okay, well,
and then after that,
well, we're going to have another radio because 2 contacts will not make an activation, and I will not fail an activation. So unless you want to stay in Alaska,
right,
for until you can randle up all these Eskimos with handhelds.
Talking about QRP, I'm sure everybody knows I do like to blow the wax out of people's ears. I'm not a QRP person, but I might get to play with an Oreo here sometime next year. So
I don't know.
I made a vow. I made a vow to PP that I would do a QRP activation at under 5 watts. And my goal for that activation is at least 200 QSOs. I don't know if that's pushing it for QRP or not.
No, that's doable. That's doable.
Yeah. So that's one goal.
You better pack a lunch so you'll be there all day.
You better spot yourself with my call sign.
Yeah, right. And let's see, a kilo in a day. That's another goal of mine to do at a park.
Damn, he's trumping us.
I'm not going to do that QRP. just to let you know. I might even bring the ACOM out for that one. You never know.
In a day, you mean
one
24-hour day? Okay.
One UTC day.
Okay.
The Bailey Sprott for hunters, even though it's not endorsed or sanctioned, I guess you would say. I want to try to do it both phone and CW next year.
For hunting.
For hunting, yes.
Okay.
And at least 1 CW activation by the end of next year. That pretty much sums it up.
You know, I know a guy who said that last year, 1 CW activation by the end.
And he waited until the last day of the year to try it.
And you know, he's sweating bullets right now because
Yes, he is.
he's got like 3 days left.
Yeah.
And it's going to happen. You know, it's a setup thing already. It's going to happen.
Yep.
But he's still sweating some bullets because he ain't ready.
But we'll see what it brings. But that's I think it's a good set of goals for me.
But you're in a good place because you know, there's about 4 of us that's been hitting the Patreon CW room and practicing a lot, and you know, we practice a little bit and then we talk about meatloaf, and we practice a little bit more and then we talk about the lucky spa, and then we practice.
That's right. We did. Yeah.
But you'll be ready. You'll get one in pretty easy. You'll get one pretty easy.
My main it's not so much the CW activation. I think that'll come pretty easy by the end of the year, to be honest. It's that damn kilo in a day I think is going to just wear me out.
Okay. Good stuff. All right. Now this next guy, you know, of course I was going to have a stream, you know, at the end of the year and do this anyway, because I do every year. But this next guy's the guy who asked for this stream. He wanted to talk about goals. So when he said that, I'm like, I don't even know if I'm going to make goals. I might just wait until I hear his and then change my mind about everything. Or I might hear his and be like, you know, maybe I will give up the North. All right. What you got, Mr. Protector of the North, Mr. I'm gonna try to take over the kingdom. What you got?
I have a list.
Oh boy.
The first thing on it is not necessarily POTA specific, but since most of my QSOs are POTA, I'm gonna try to get caught up on QSL cards here in January. I've got a list of 85 that have to go out. So that's between both call signs, and I'm still trying to track down all the QSOs I need to send cards for that people haven't sent me cards. But a lot of people are getting both my cards because they worked me in the U.S. with my U.S. call. I end up here with my Canadian calls. So it's been a little interesting to put that list together. And then I'm going to try to keep up with it so it doesn't become that much of a chore. But as far as POTA specific, I have 10 goals. I want to get to 500 unique to me parks activated. I'm at 230, so I'm not quite halfway there. So it's going to take a little bit of work. I'm looking for 3,000 to get my 3,000 unique hunted. I'm just under 2,000 right now. Somewhere in the vicinity of 75,000 activator QSOs. That kind of goes hand in hand with all the other things that's kind of going to happen.
For 75 for the year?
Yeah, by the end of the year. No, to be at 75, not 75 new ones.
Oh, okay. So not okay.
Yeah, but that kind of ties in. I'm looking to get at least 20 more parts kiloed. I'm partway there on a handful, but there's plenty where I've only got 20 or 30 QSOs. So they're basically, got to go all the way. Along with that, I am also looking for a kilo in a day. I've talked about it. Oh man, I've talked about it for over a year, but until Dan started talking about it a couple weeks ago, it wasn't really piquing my interest too much because what fun would it be? But if somebody else is trying it too, it makes it a little more fun. So I'm willing to bet Dan's going to have probably a better chance of getting it just because of its geographic location.
Got almost halfway there once. So.
Yeah. So I'm also looking for a single CW activation. Possibly talk about that more in a few minutes. I want to complete my activator 6-pack. Somehow I just haven't gotten to it. I need a few more. All right, David. That's good to know. Let's see what else. We're trying to put together an Ontario POTA meetup sometime this summer outside of Toronto. Obviously, we will accept certain invaders from the south. And that should be some fun. We're looking to. It's very early days planning, but we're looking to reserve some space in a provincial park and just go to town. I'm also going to kill James's phone this year.
I'm your Huckleberry.
Big goals, which also include James and maybe a couple other people here. Activate all Delaware. We're looking to do that. It could be done in a single day. I did some routing. I did some math. Activating all Delaware could be done in a single 24-hour day if you wanted to do a big rove, but we're probably going to do it in a couple day, 3-day weekend, kind of enjoy it. So there's probably going to be 3 of us going down if we get the timing right, and then hopefully James and anybody else. It's going to have to be before May. Brian starts umpiring baseball beginning of May, so he's kind of not available. That's a B3X and S. He's not really available in the summer. So let's see. Kilo a day, all Delaware. That's the other big one is I want to finish up activating the rest of the lower 48. I need 9 states plus DC. Hopefully I'll get 5 of those on my little escape winter trip here in a couple of months, going down south for a couple of weeks, if that works out. So I have a couple of weird ones. I got to get Maine. It's a little over there, and I got to get Arizona. I missed it on my last trip, so that's a little bit of a kind of out there one. But for PP Man, if you were to get me an Oreo, I will do a QRP activation.
Send me the address.
We're going to convert people.
A QRP activation?
Well, I figure I'll do at least one. I'm thinking it. Now, this might be shooting myself in the foot, but if you send me an Oreo, I'll go get all those annos in southern Ontario and do them all QRP for you. That way you don't feel too bad losing out on them.
Oh, a QRP atno race. I like it.
I tell you what. Since I mailed something to Tom the other day, and it cost me an arm and a leg just to send little pieces of plastic. I'll tell you what. I'll make.
And you had to fill out a form because you put plastic in that thing.
I'm telling you, that was just dumb. I'll make 2, and I'll come across the border and meet you. It'd be cheaper.
Or you can send them my U.S. address.
Oh yeah, I could do that. Yeah.
I'm going to get my mail in a couple of weeks.
All right, send me the address.
All right. N6NRD at QRZ.
Yeah, QRZ. Yeah.
Yeah. So so there's a really big one. I'm looking to do a 50 park rove. 50 parks in one day.
Nice.
Oh, by the way, they come with a crown on them now. You're okay with that, right? It's
sure.
It says HRAG and it has a crown on it.
Well, I'll just have to rub it in some of that special horse poop that makes my parks. Some of that unicorn poop. So 50 Park Rove is the big one. I don't know. I'm kind of tempted to stretch it to 60. Just to prove it can be done, at least where I'm at. I know a lot of people don't have the drive time between parks. We just kill them for that. But I have that kind of park density. I'm looking to do that with my squires, hopefully, in the spring when we don't have to worry about frozen 4-foot snow drifts or frozen, skating rink drive conditions. So I do have a big plan for the Support Your Parks plaque event. I'm not going to discuss the details of that, but there is a particular goal I'm going to be working on there, and it's not doing the road thing again. I've already got that plaque. But yeah, meeting up with James, hopefully to do Delaware and, maybe activate DC since it's only a couple hours away.
To answer
Eric, 20 watts is fine.
But if it's 10 degrees, I think you can add 20 watts to that because it's a self-cooling. It's a self-cooling feature.
What's the most you've run through it?
30, actually. I put 30 through it.
Okay.
He's not guaranteeing 30.
I didn't do. It wasn't 30 CW or digital. It was 30 SSB.
I've run 20 on it plenty of times. So
Yeah, it's no harm there.
Yeah, and by the way, when I say I'll do a QR activation, I do mean 5 watts.
Okay.
That's the lowest my radio will go. So it's not gonna be anything fancy like a 1/10 of a watt.
That's a shame.
You know,
I still laughed that one day when Tom told me, he says, "How many watts you running?" And I told him, "What did I say? 1?" And he says,
Yep.
"I'm not logging you."
Yep. We talk about it every time we get you. We look at each other and go, "If he's running more than a watt, it ain't going in the log." We hover on that clear button.
Here we go.
I don't mind if you crank it up to 10 or 20 to break the pile, but then turn it down. Once I know.
Oh
you're there.
no, I don't cheat that way.
well.
No, I don't. I just jump on Toby's back.
Yep.
PP man in the house.
Yep.
PP man in the house.
So one of the things I'll mention in closing with my goals is with the 50 Park Rove, it's going to be privately spotted. It won't be because just to spot on POTA app waste a minute of your activation time. That's if your internet comes right up. And then you got a QRT that takes another few seconds, and somebody respots you. Anyways, we're talking about it's probably going to be me and Tom and Brian, so 3 of us doing 50 parks.
You don't have to QRT. Nobody ever does.
Oh, I do.
And it doesn't matter if you do, because somebody comes right on behind you and puts in 5.9.
Yeah. So we are working on a very strict dialogue for the contacts, with no conversation. It's got to be super efficient QSO.
What's your call sign?
Anybody who misses it or asks a secondary question, we will not work them at the next park. We can't. If we're gonna do something this crazy, like we can't. Minutes count.
This is like military.
I would recommend maybe publishing your route, a list of parks that you're going to do on one of the Discard Rove pages.
Well, we're
so
probably
that
going to.
Those that are going to follow you can follow along and say, "Oh, well, I missed this one." And
Yep. So, it's going to take a little work because it's even doing a 30 Park Row, which I've done a few of now. It took coordination. It took a lot of help from hunters, and especially the stand on a frequency was very helpful. Toby and Larry. Did a lot of that for me on the Sport Your Parks weekend, and that'll be a crucial part of doing a bigger row. But it's just to prove it can be done, that you can safely do a 50 Park Rove, and I'm gonna be doing it with 2 pals. We can all drive. We can make each other sandwiches, whatever. It's doing it one person. I wouldn't do it by myself, right? It's a little too much of a stretch, but so that's that should be fun if we can make that happen.
Bring plenty of meatloaf to eat.
Nope.
Cold meatloaf sandwiches are great. But if you would, James, when you know your target date, just kind of give us a heads up.
Oh yeah. There'll be an announcement, and there'll be a. Well, James, I guess I'm going to ask you right now in public, but I'm hoping for a private Discord channel. We can invite, a specific number of people. I'm not sure how to pick them, but it's.
What are you going to do? 10 or 12 contacts per park, and that's it?
Yeah. We're probably going to do like 13, just to make sure. But it'll be like the loudest, the first 13 we get, and more than likely, knowing you guys and how some our other rows have gone, we can hear all 13 calls when we call CQ. So it'll probably be a lot of, CQ Parks on the air at, Victor Echo 9999. And then we'll probably hear 13 call signs, scribble them down, and then that's who we're going to work, right? We're not going to be digging out 4/4s or so it's
sorry, PP man.
I
got your back there.
On the 891.
Don't worry,
just
PP man. We'll get you there.
Man, you can participate. Just turn on some power.
Hey, remember he said no. It's all QR pages here coming.
Yeah,
up.
but
He said for activations.
Okay.
He's gotten out. Add 6 dB with meatloaf. Well, my wife at least 9 dB. So All right, James, what do you got? What do you got?
Oh God. Here
Did
we
the rest
go.
of us say enough for
All
you to throw your paper out?
First, yeah, I filled it out while you guys were doing it. First off, welcome Alpha Echo 4 X-Ray Oscar to the Patreons. We'll get you set up tonight. If you're not in my Discord, let me know and we'll get you set up over there because that's where a lot of the benefits are. All right, so I've been up in the air with this crap for a while now because I wanted to do things differently next year because this year I set goals and I destroyed them by July. All the goals were done except for a couple that revolved around money, aka the Delaware trip got pushed back to winter, and then winter got here and I was like, oh no, I ain't driving to Delaware in the winter. So which works out good because now James wants to do Delaware. I still think he's crazy if he thinks we could do it in a day, but James wants to do it in a couple of days. So that works out fine because my original goal was Delaware in a week. So I will go ahead and knock that out with him. But, you know, that puts me behind. I didn't get to complete a state this year, so I'm getting Delaware. Therefore, I need to complete another state next year. So next year, I'm going to finish up Kentucky. So I will, by the end of next year, I'll have worked all West Virginia, worked all Delaware, and worked all Kentucky.
You mean activate it all?
Activate it all.
Now you will work all Delaware on this plan too.
Right.
Yeah.
But now, and Kentucky's not going to be no easy feat because there are several parts that I've got to hike into Kentucky, and I got to go a decent. There's one that I know for sure that is a decent hike into, which brings me to my next goal. I want to get more active in Summits on the Air next year. And this kind of ties in with a couple of things. This kind of ties in with the, you know, I've had some health issues here at the last half of this year, and I'm looking to try to retire and go full-time YouTube sometime soon. And I can't just go full-time YouTube and only sit around and do easy activations because I'm going to get the body of a king. And I don't want the body of the king, you know. I want the title, but I want to keep the fat that I got and no more. So I'm going to do a lot more hiking activations, aka summits, but even POTA, I'm going to do at least one mile to 3 hike in activation a month, and those are going to be, yes, I'm going to break it down. PP Man's going to cry. Those are going to be QRP activations.
Oh man, after my heart.
So one QRP hike in a month, except for one, because I did add a goal while I was talking to you because y'all made a big deal about you can't pack the 991A in. So I did add that I will do one at least 3 mile hike, not with the 991A. I will do it with the DX10.
Ooh.
3 mile hike. I will hike in with the DX10. I will video it so you guys can see me huffing, puffing, sweating, and cussing.
That's only like 3 pounds difference.
3 pounds on 3 miles when you're my age is like 40
I am
pounds.
your age. What are you talking about?
Wait, the battery too, buddy. You got to figure the battery.
He's going to take the same battery whether he takes a 991 or the DX10.
Yeah.
Are you going to put it in like a little red flyer wagon and tow it behind you or what?
There you go.
No.
You can put it on the billy goat.
Okay. So I did one activation, but I want to try to get like one summit at least a month. So 12 total summits for the year. I may fall behind 1 month and get to another, but that's the summit goal. As far as POTA, I don't even remember what my original goals last year was. I'm going to go a little bit bigger than my goals because they were just too easy, but I'm still not going outrageous with the POTA goals. I want to get I too want to get my 500th unique park for overall. Uh, that was already on my list. That wasn't added when James said it, but I too want to get that, as well as 300 unique just for next year. And you guys are like, what? Well, if you get 300, you'll be way over five. You got to remember, your unique starts over per year. You know what I'm saying? Not your overall, but for 2023, I wanted to just have 300. So we're gonna do 50,000 QSOs for the year. Yeah, I know I'm undershooting, but I don't want to get into that whole. I gotta have 100,000 QSOs. I gotta be on top of the total QSO thing. As long as I stay on top of total sideband QSOs next year, I'm good. I do plan on staying on top of the sideband QSOs. I'll go ahead and throw that into the goal. But I'm not going to do this overall thing, and we all know why. And I'm not going to get into all that. But total, I'm out on. Now, here's the one you're going to think I'm crazy for. Again, I am dreading that I have 3 days, Kyle. 3 days. Yes, I seen you posting that. 3 days to do my CW first activation ever. But maybe I'm a masochist. I don't know. Maybe I just like to torture myself. Next year, I'm going to have 5,000 CW activator QSOs. So, 5,000 CW activator QSOs next year. That's why I said you're in good shape, Dan. You'll be a pro.
Yeah, sounds that way.
My dad was a big CW guy, and my journey's not complete until I've mastered it. So that's where I'm at on that.
Toby's gonna be busy.
Toby's gonna
Toby,
be.
you better start wearing
What?
sweatpants in your ham shack.
What?
Nobody's going to have to learn code.
Yeah, I know.
Well, that I didn't mention, but I am going to attempt to see if my ear will handle it. That's why I didn't add it in the goal. But the goal, I would say, is to see if my ear can handle CW. I'm going to, get the equipment to see and see if I can start doing that. So I'll be, if I'm not, I may be near the radio, but I may be trying to listen to Dits and Dahs and see if that works.
All right, so it was 300 unique parks for next year, 50,000 QSOs, and 1,000 activations again next year. I think my original goal this year was 500 or something stupid. We're doing 1,000 next year. I'll get over it.
I didn't really put that stat in because, I figure if I get the 270 unique parks I want, that's 270 activations minimum, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really know how to count the actual activations, because I could go do an activation every day, 5 minutes away at the trail, but
I'll tell you, 1,000's a lot.
Yeah,
1,000's a lot. I'm
I've been doing this a year and a half, and I only have 500 and something.
I'm setting at 1361 for this year, and I can tell you 1,000's still a lot.
Yeah.
And what everybody's waiting on, my final goal for the year. I'm actually 2 activations away from completing the Bailey's Brought Challenge. And it has absolutely killed me. And I'm not going to even go into details how it's killed me, because I'm doing a video. I've done got the video planned on that. I will finish that up. Actually, I will finish that up Friday night, because UTC rolls over. I'm having it done. I'll activate yet Saturday, of course, but I'm finishing that sucker up Friday night and having it over with. But with that being said, I have the greatest POTA hunter supporters in the world. And there's a lot of them that just absolutely love making contact with me for some reason. So I will double up and do the Bailey's Brought Challenge again next year, both activator and hunter. So that's it. That's goal enough for me.
Change to the
That's
north. Has anybody done it 2 years in a row?
Feel small again.
No, nobody, no
This-
activate. And to
This
this
is the
year,
first year an activator's done it. It's the
this is
first
the
time
first
it
year
was
an
brought
activator's
up.
ever done it.
Gotcha.
It was based on the fact that Bailey and Sprott,
Mhm.
W9AV, and that's Julian's call. I can't remember Chris's call. This came up from the fact that they hunted a park a day the previous year.
Right.
So
Yeah,
this is new, and I don't want to speak out of turn, but I'm going to find out if we're doing a certificate for Bailey Sprott or not, or if it's just going to remain an unofficial thing. That conversation hasn't come up officially yet, but I'm going to ask because if people are actually trying for it.
Thank you very much, Randall, for the super chat. You are awesome, buddy, and you actually have something coming in the mail to you probably this week. I'll have to check and see if it's shipped yet, but thank you very much. You're awesome. Oh, I left out a goal. I just seen it sitting there.
What, doubling up on Bailey Sprott wasn't enough?
Yeah, no. Well, this was supposed to be before that. Next year, I don't need James will tell me what award this is, but next year I will, even though I've not even received the 10, I will receive the award for 15 Eagles nests next year.
Hunted or activated?
Activated. I don't know what that award is called. I can
I'd
tell
have
you
to look it up.
I can tell you it's not been given out yet.
I don't believe it has.
Yeah, I know it hasn't.
Yeah.
So
I think it should have his picture on it.
If he's the first one,
if I'm the first one, it will.
Forever.
Right.
Yeah.
So
go ahead, Toby.
No, go ahead. Finish your. Go ahead.
I was just going to say back to like the kilos I want to work on. Like I have the pleasure of working with the guys on the POTA app. So I kind of know some numbers that they're not generally public as far as you can figure out from the leaderboards and stuff. But like I know how many unique kilos people have, and like you guys can guess who are the top in that list.
Not me.
Yeah, no, you have a lot of kilos. They're just not unique, But I'm shooting for like 20 unique kilos.
What's the record?
Currently, Bill's in the lead. Carrie's in second place.
Well, no. What's the number? What's a number record?
I'm thinking.
Okay.
Well, the current, we're talking all time, right? Bill's got 30 something, and Carrie's not far behind. Unique kilos, right? Now, when you look up, repeat kilos like you have 10,000 at 1810. You got 10 kilos there, but we don't really count those. So yet, part of the other challenge for me is, we're trying to do quite a few upgrades to POTA, new maps, and some other things. So, like, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I am not going out to activate nearly as much this winter as I was last year. And part of that's because I'm actually working on code to try to, help the guys at the website, and the rest of the team is, putting a lot of hours into coding on the website. So, that also ties into my activating related goals as well, as leaving some of my ham radio time actually, goes into the website too. So
actually, I have 13 kilos at Chief Logan.
13 now? Okay.
And you are actually number 4 on the list for activating there, which is funny.
Yeah, I'm just below Kyle because he stayed later.
He did late shift.
Yeah, so.
So my question was going to be about Bailey Sprott Challenge. Is it that it's in a calendar year, or is it for 365 days?
Calendar
year.
Yeah.
Because I'll have 365 days in 10 days, and that'll be my challenge, and I'm done.
Yeah. It was more of just a threshold that Vance threw out of.
Yeah.
He
came on my stream, I think, last November, and he was telling me he had been looking at the stats and stuff like that. And he's like, you should do it activating. And I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, and I gave him a little bit of a mouthful because I didn't know this was going to be a thing, or I would have started it in January. But I took January 1st off. I'd activated like 11 days straight, and so I took January 1st off.
Hey,
right there, I'm I missed it.
Are you
Yeah.
are you able to get into the system right now?
Sure. What do you want to know?
Can you tell me the last day I did not activate? It'll be in 2021.
That's
Impossible to look at.
That's a complex query for me to write. I
Okay.
can't do that while I'm
Okay.
entertaining you folks on the stream.
I'm just curious.
Finding missing data is harder than you might think. Toby asked me that for hunting, and
Yeah, my
luckily
day was the 6th.
it was the 6th of January last year, so I was just like scrolling, going, wait a second, and she and I found it about the same time.
It's because I didn't even know about the Bailey Sprout Challenge. That's what I was saying.
I didn't either until like the 4th of January. And I was like, well,
Yeah.
darn it.
Yeah, well, I don't care. I'm just saying I'm going to
Yeah.
do 365 days, and that'll be in about 10 days, and everything else is a bonus from there.
Yeah, and I like whether we make it a formal cert or not, I don't know. But just the fact that people are coming up with their own. I mean, the 50 part rope is not a certificate. 30 is the max. So that's just a goal that some of us want to do. So I always like hearing people doing their own. Like Dan,
Own
you want
type
to
goal,
do
right?
you want to do a sideband and CW a day, right? That's a twist on the Bailey Sprott.
Yeah.
So I like hearing that, and I've seen some people posting on Facebook and whatnot of their goals, and some of them are very reasonable. And you got to figure these people probably have, they might not have the time that some of us do, or the flexible work schedules, or the different variables that some of us have, or be retired, like PP Man, or Tom here, that. But some people, their goal is, yeah, their goal might be, do an activation a month. And while, in the context of what we're talking about, that might seem really basic, that might be huge for them. That might be, that might be 6 times what they did this year. Or, like Hayden, you're saying you just want to double, and there's anybody, watching the stream now or later, if your goal is to just do one activation, that's awesome.
I would assume too, even
just because we're
if
doing
there's not
things.
Yeah. Even if there's not an award right now for something like the kilo in a day, that information will still be in the database. So if you ever do roll out that award, you should get it, right?
Yeah. All of our awards are always retroactive.
Yeah.
And anytime we have conversations about awards or changes to awards, it's a very big part of the conversation of, can we retroactively do the math?
Yeah.
Partly because not only for people who are in the system, but people are putting in old logs. And so the system has to actually be able to retroactively grant things based on logs that, we would, if somebody went and did, they were in Yosemite for 20 days in the 80s, we would accept the log. We have no restriction. So, yeah. Dave Burrows. Yeah. He broke his leg and he had
any hunters that are looking for a goal for next year and you don't have one, might I suggest the King Challenge? Hunt the King every day for 2023.
Either King will work. I
can guarantee you he will be out there. So,
do you have a court, James?
I do.
Do you have a court?
I do.
Just 2 people?
No, it's more.
He has some squires, is what he has.
What would the award be for the King Challenge, though? Would they get a challenge coin in the mail? If they want a challenge coin, we can do a challenge coin. Very nice.
I'll put white snow icing on the challenge coin if you weren't me.
That reminds me, Hayden, we owe Toby a different color challenge coin. I don't even remember what for. I'd have to look at my notes, but I remember that.
KG6LI. I assume by they you mean POTA, admin team. And we do separate out digital versus CW versus sideband. They're all separate. But what context do you mean separate out?
Yeah, they
And-
are.
They are.
Yeah, they're endorsed differently. So.
Yeah, they're endorsed.
And Dan, you're trying to do the hunting on CW next year too. It's pretty easy just to shoot me a message after you get me on sideband and say, "Hey, before you leave."
Oh yeah,
because I kind of know I'm kind of trying to get 5,000 contacts next year, and that's probably a hefty goal for me. That's probably all the other ones was pretty exotic, but that's probably going to be the hardest one. That and Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Yeah. So
How many parks are in Rhode Island?
Who said Rhode Island?
I said, how many parks are in Rhode Island?
Probably not many.
I mean, that would be an easy one to do in a day.
No, you can't do Rhode Island in a day.
Delaware's
Rhode Island's got a couple of actual islands.
Delaware has less parks than Rhode Island. I know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
you could carpet Rhode Island. I mean, it's that small.
Yeah, I mean, if James, if you wanted to do another state, I'll go do Rhode Island or Connecticut or. There's only 2 provinces that are realistically activatable 100% in all of Canada.
I mean,
I'm looking at taking states.
Here's the thing. I'm getting ready to take a month and go to Florida, and I've got a lot of plans for next year, but depending on how things go in Florida, because last year I went down and I worked really hard on my YouTube, and I yielded a lot of success from that month, and I gained a lot of supporters for that month. If I don't need a lot of things in life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not high maintenance. I'm low maintenance. So I do plan on going full-time YouTube eventually, and depending on how Florida is when I come back, I may knock one more day off of work to spend more time on YouTube and ham radio. I may knock 2 off. I may just retire and put on Terry's beak mask and get in a vehicle and then the sky's the limit on the states that I'm going to be into. So, and I do for Whiskey One Radio Charlie Papa, who is Robbie Camp Poda that's in the chat. He asked about a perk that is on the Patreons about the VIP at a live event. Just to let you know what a live event is, it's anytime the king wants to throw an event where there's a Patreon member at. And the other day, this clown over here who brought a mask into my work. He didn't wear it, but he brought it in there. Showed up, so I declared it an event, and I paid for his beers.
Free beer.
But I did get to wear his mask back into the kitchen, and that was pretty fun. And yes, Toby, I know you wanted a picture.
Yes.
So, James, you're asking if I can get in the system right now. What were you asking?
When the last time it was, I didn't.
Oh, yeah, of course. Can't.
I don't know if it was December 21, November, October. I don't know.
Dan, do we want to mention the other goal of mine?
Oh,
what's that?
Sorry, but both of y'all said kilo in a day. I'm in.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So a spin on my kilo in a day is a flat kilo in a day, so it can be at any park you've been to. To just get 1,000 contacts, say at 1810, because you've been there 1,000 times.
It's the twist, and I'm
down with a twist.
Okay, so my twist of it is you have to get a kilo. Dave. Yeah, you have to get a kilo in a day at a park that's new to you. So you have to actually start from 0 to 1,000 in a UTC day. If you fail it, you have to find a new UTU park and try again. Which around here, I don't know if you've looked at the map for South Georgia, that I can run out of parks very quickly.
Well, I mean, James has he does have an issue because it's one.
I have an issue with new to me.
Yeah, new to you. You're the same issue that I have. I basically have to go. There's one park with under 3 hours from me. And that is a hike in Kentucky that I got to do.
I'm not quite that bad. I'm at that hour and 45-minute range.
Yeah, how about that? Go to DC because I've never been there. I've never activated that Pfeiffer, and I'll go up there and get a kilo in a day at that Pfeiffer.
We should all do.
Don't do it.
We should rent a bus and go to that 6 in Wyoming together.
Oh, in Wyoming, yeah, get the 6 for
Yeah.
kilo.
Yeah, don't try to do the 5 for a kilo because your head's gonna explode. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you there is a plane that goes over your head every 5 minutes and it's
Right.
extremely loud.
And it's in a relatively high traffic area.
Yes.
For pedestrians.
Yeah.
And,
Wyoming might be better too because it's 1 more kilo, and there's a lot of people that need Wyoming still, for hunters. So,
well, that's what I was going to say for hunters. Also, like some of these goals we have, like we're going to work all of Delaware. Well, come hunt all of Delaware with us, right?
Right.
Like, get your hunted all Delaware at the same time.
Absolutely.
I need about 6 more in Delaware.
Yeah, it's like I've already activated like 11 or 12. In where most of them were with the Lion Hawaiian. That was my first ever rove. That was my introduction to roving. It was the 3rd week I activated. I went on a 10 park rove with them. But we're going to do them all over again because 2 guys I'm bringing, and James, you haven't activated anything in Delaware, right?
Nope.
Yeah, so we're going to start all over.
Delaware's a new state for me.
Yeah. So,
and besides, it's still not Delaware in however many days if you don't do them all.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So there's a lot of, and we're not the only activators, doing these kinds of goals. Like I know Whiskey Delta 5 Joe Malone out in New Mexico. He's got some goals as far as what he's doing out there, and for the people that need New Mexico, and there's other activators that are. The Georgia group is going to try to activate all the Georgia state parks April 1st weekend. So if you need Georgia, you can get a big chunk of Georgia. So there's lots of opportunities a year to work, if you're just a hunter, to work a lot of different activators and a lot of different new to you parks.
You guys mentioned meetups as well. I tried all of 2021. There is a West Virginia POTA page because I created it, and I tried all of 2021 to get people to say, "Hey, yeah, we'll do a meetup. We'll commit to this date." And I didn't have a lot of success. But the other day, I got like 9 West Virginia hunters in one day, and I was like, "Dang, where did all these guys come from?" And so I am going to try that again for 2023. So.
Yeah, there's another we've been talking. So my local club, obviously, and some extended members were very active in POTA. We're looking at maybe a 6 or 7 activator, like possibly a 3-fer with 6 or 7 activators at 3 parks. There's a 4-fer we could potentially do with 6 or 7 activators. That'll be an interesting day.
And that's a good. That's another goal that I just thought about for hunters as well. When you hit 1,000 contacts with me, you get a challenge coin. Matter of fact, I still owe November 4 Bravo Uniform November 1. I got to send him his coin. And Larry, I know you got one. It's just in Canada somewhere. I know who has it.
That's a goal for me. I'll try to get 1,000 with you by the end of next year.
I know. I've got Toby, David, Larry, and the 3 Pearsons all have 1,000 contacts with me. That's impressive. That's 6,000 of my contacts.
Sound like a bunch of stalkers.
Yeah.
You got some people that are coming up pretty quick.
I'll tell you what, those 2 boys, Blake and Ryan, if you ain't heard them run a pile up, it's something to listen to. I'll tell you what, I'm
I've heard pileups that run activators, and I've heard activators that run pileups. These
Well,
boys run pileups.
you know, I've worked hard with them on that, and you don't take crap, you know, and they don't take crap. So
That's right.
you know, if you take crap, the hunters will run all over top of you. I'll be honest with you. I move people. I move people to end of the contacts all the time when they're just being rude and talking over people. You might be the loudest. You might be using Dan's amp and coming through there, but when you're talking over top of the other hunters, I know one guy specifically got moved back 30 times one day, and he was the loudest person in there.
He didn't do that to you, Terry, did he?
You talking about that guy that's
He
just
was
right over
ignoring
the
you.
mountain from you?
No. That guy needs a map.
Good goals, everybody. I think.
Yeah.
I think we're going to make good for 2023. It's going to be a very exciting year coming up.
I think so too. Toby's all excited because everybody made all these goals, and she's like, "Oh, you made my goals easy."
Yeah,
Toby's like, "I can meet my hunter goals off these guys right here."
I can give out 5.7 New Jerseys all day long.
Yeah, 5.7 is Toby's winter signal. Okay, once it hits
Yeah.
spring, it's going to be 5.9.
5.9 plus 10. 5.9.
No, I regularly get 5.7s from Toby when I'm running rows with the ham sticks.
Yeah, during the day it works to the 5.7s.
Yeah.
We do better at the nighttime.
Yeah, I throw up a wire. She's 5.9 plus 50.
I laugh when Toby hunts me. You know, her hand doesn't leave the dial, the VFO. It doesn't leave the dial. When she's done with the contact, she's moved on, and I'm trying to have a conversation with her, and all I hear is crickets. She's gone.
Listen,
5.7 New Jersey 73.
listen.
Yeah, that's it.
To all the hunters that are in PP's man's pile up, and the second I come on, leave his pile up and come over to me. This Dr. Pepper's for you, baby. This Dr. Pepper is for you.
I got my own followers now. They're all QRP guys. We hang together. We're like the what was that gang from the 60s?
I don't know. You're the only one old enough to remember that.
Oh, damn.
Our gang comedy.
Our gang, yeah. Yeah,
Spanking.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kyle in the chat has it right. Toby is always loud. I don't care what band it is. She is always 5.9 plus somewhere in the red here. I don't know if I'm just in that perfect little skip zone for everything.
If I've got a wire up, she's the same for me.
Yeah,
all the time.
I don't want to hear it, Dan. You're always loud.
Yes.
Well, I like to take care of earwax problems.
Yeah.
I don't have an earwax problem because you clean that. There's several. Listen, I love when I start getting jammed, and the big guns just come out and just annihilate everything. There's some people, you know, they just come through and say kapow.
Larry.
Evidently,
Larry isn't even trying that. He's just 100 watts in the wire.
Yeah, Larry's not who I'm talking about, but there's some big guns out there.
I've actually I've had ups where I hear certain people. They're probably running 50 watts or so. You know, I'm hearing them, but I'm not quite ready to get them out of the pile yet. I can just hear them in there, but I can't pick out enough of their call. I got other people that are louder, and then they crank on the amp because they're tired of waiting. There's a few of them, and it's like, okay, I know that was a call sign that I was going to get to eventually. You know, and of course you take them because you know they're being courteous. They just weren't sure they were being heard.
Anybody don't pick on my activators. Don't pick on.
Hey, Bobby, it's good to see you in the chat. If you're not in Discord, shoot me or Hayden a message so we can get you set up for the after chat. We're getting ready to wrap up. All right, because we've went 20 minutes over already anyway, and then we're going to head.
I'll put the link. for Discord in the chat, and you can message me or him when you get over there.
Yeah, and we'll get you access to the video room. All right, we're gonna wrap it up because we're 20 minutes over, and we all know that I'll be all night in Discord in the after chat anyway. So thanks everybody for stopping, but let's listen to see what these guys got coming up real quick. All right, PP man, we'll start with you. You're at the bottom on my screen.
QRP.
QRP.
QRP, yeah.
He said that he's got a lot of activations coming up.
I'm taking it easy till January 1st. Then I'm gonna start all those goals.
Sissy.
No, I'm gonna activate every day. I'm gonna activate every day. Just not gonna be too crazy about it.
So yeah, I forgot to mention, guys. My car is on the fritz. So you want to know about dedication, about what the Bailey's brought before you make that determination? My car is on the fritz right now. I got to order parts for that. There's already another vehicle setting out on my driveway, so I can go activate tomorrow. So just be aware that there's things you got to think about when you make that determination. And my video will tell you quite a few of those. All right, Hayden, what do you got coming up? You're next on my screen.
We got the New Year's Activator and New Year's Hunter Award that I'm going to be going for. So I'll try and get out sometime this weekend, I hope, if things go well Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So we'll see.
Very good, very good.
Just got to do it in the first week of the year. So
That's right.
That's right. So the first night at 7:01, I'm in the books. Toby, what you got coming up with?
Oh, so we'll be doing the Whiskey 2 Tango. Whiskey 2 Papa, which is the Battle of Princeton on Monday the 2nd, and that'll be with the club. And hunt whenever I can and try to, see if I can hear the CW dits and daws.
Awesome stuff. Toby, you are a Patreon member. Make sure and check out the Patreon CW practice when we're in there.
Okay.
We'll help you out some. Terry, what you got coming up?
More hunting from the top of the parking garage.
I love my hunters. How many flights of steps do you have to run up every time you want to hunt somebody?
Well, I see somebody posting, and I will run up 5 flights of stairs and go working real quick and run back down the stairs, get back to work. Then I'll see somebody else spotted, and then I'll run back up the stairs.
You must hate when I do robes.
No, I haven't really heard you. This is only in the daytime. So.
Wait a minute. Do you work tomorrow?
I do.
Eat a big breakfast.
Somebody's getting their cardio tomorrow.
Eat a big breakfast. I've had a hard week, so that's all I'm saying. All right, Dan, what you got coming up?
Let's see. I am off Friday, then I'm off an entire week on vacation, and that's I will get my activator New Year's, and you never know, I might get my kilo in a week the first week of January.
Kilo in a week? Oh,
sorry, kilo in a day. Yeah, my kilo in a day the first week of January. You never know.
You're gonna bring it out that fast?
Hey, if the band cooperates, it's not a timing thing. If the band's there, I'm gonna do it.
I'll go ahead and tell you I'm waiting until good weather and good band conditions.
I'm waiting until I'm camping somewhere.
All right.
What's the kilo equivalent in QRP?
Kilo.
1,000.
A kilo.
It's 1,000.
This isn't no metric to imperial conversion.
Oh,
no,
sorry,
QRP.
I'm sorry. It is here. Let me tell you what it is. It's 1,000. 1,000. Okay.
Dan says I'm loud.
Sometimes you are.
Well,
Is he sitting there with you when he says it?
Listen,
No.
I went out and he was activating QRP, and he's like, I don't know why I don't get out so good. So I taught him, all you do is you take your thumb and you set it down and you set right on top of it. And he got some more dB out of that.
He got me on 17 last weekend. 5'8", sounded like he was sitting beside me. I mean,
Hey.
it's beautiful.
PP Man's got a good QRP.
I think he was running 35 watts though.
All right, James, what you got coming up?
Oh, are we talking about Saturday? You kind of mentioned it. but...
I'm getting there.
Okay. Well, I'll let you cover that, but that's my next big event. Unfortunately, I got to run down and get mail. May or may not be able to hit a park or two on the way in January, so it's we'll see. We got Tom and V3THR and Brian V3XNS are both out of town. Brian is up north in Moosonee. It's a rare. He's the only one that's activated. It's a rare grid if you're a grid chaser. But he's also doing well. If the ice road clears up, he'll be activating Tidewater. I forget the park reference number, but it's Tidewater Provincial Park. He's the only one that activated 800 and something last year. So he's looking to pop that over a kilo and maybe push towards just double kilo if weather will cooperate. I believe Tom might be trying to get an Atno up where he is in the next couple of days. So watch out for my squires. They're keeping busy while I'm working this week. So they're keeping it rolling up here.
All right, good stuff. For me, I got a couple of things I got to take care of. I got to get my vehicle fixed for one, but I will be out activating every day for the rest of this year, and as you know, for the rest of next year. But this Saturday, the last day of this year, because I like to procrastinate, I will be doing my very first CW activation. This activation will not be posted on the POTA page because I'm not ready for it. But there is a group that I have, and if you want in this group to hunt me on that activation and are willing to send about 12 words a minute, hit me up, and we got room for a few more. It will not be a lot more, but a few more in this group.
Well, several other of us are planning to be activating the same time.
CW.
Yes. And doing you park to park and then getting our own activations, including Brian and Tom. They're both going to try to be there for it. We just got to tell them what time.
Now they may spot theirs.
Nope. Nobody's spotting. That's the agreement. It's all QRSSSSS and no spotting.
Okay.
And by the way, for me, don't do 12 words a minute. I need about 7. So if you're willing to have brain bleed like Joe at XLS,
I don't care if you send your characters 15, 17, as long as your spacing in between them is.
Wait about 30 seconds before the next word.
So you're not spotting any of this, guys?
No.
Okay. I guess I should remove those scheduled activations then.
Listen, you could schedule me all you want, but here's the thing about that. I will not be calling CQ. I will be just calling Kilo Echo 8 Papa Zulu November. There won't be no picking me up.
Oh, I know how to call CQ.
No handlers. No.
He'll be ignoring you.
I'll put you on my auto keyer and Ribbon will pick you up at 35 words a minute.
Oh, and just so you know, Kyle, you are in that group. If you don't know that, because your call sign is easy.
That's right.
You need to add Dave VA3CP.
Okay.
All right. Will you do any sideband on Saturday or just your CW?
Yeah, I will do sideband, but I have to have a CW all activation. So
gotcha.
Yeah.
12 contacts for me.
I'm planning to go. I'm hoping to go to a 2-fer to get double points for all that CW work. And we know Kyle's going to send random characters at us, so everybody just be ready for that.
Kyle can send what?
Kyle's going to send his call sign backwards or some crap like that.
You mean on 5AA? Oh, NN. Sorry.
Kyle can send whatever he wants. I'll just log him as Shaq and Greg and move on.
If I catch an Alpha 0, I don't care who else it might be. Kyle's getting credit for it. I'm just going to assume it's him. And if I get a whiskey Delta, I'm gonna. Yeah, that must be Dan.
I will not be typing back abdominal aberration 0 Zimbabwe that day. So
I might
You'll be happy to
be
know, James. You'll be happy to know I've been practicing on how to ask you how many chickens it takes to kill an elephant in code.
you listen. As long as you can send your call sign. Listen, all the way to work today, I was playing people that I know is going to be hunting's call sign, and I was doing word association just like I did with my test because I'm not ready for this, but I'm going to make it happen. And you know, your last 3 letters, you're in the books. PP man, he's
That was
almost
easy.
he's almost my call sign, and so you know, Kyle's is easy there, but
all PP needs is the dit.
That's
you know,
it.
if he sends me PP, I'll send back Kilo Echo 8 Papa Tango X-ray. I'll go ahead and tell you, you're all 5'9", 5 because that's what I'm used to sending. But it's practice. It gets me in the books, and it'll get me started to my 5,000 of next year. So I'll be by the end of next year after 5,000 contacts. I'll be good at this.
Yeah,
all right,
I'm definitely not ready, but I'm looking forward to it. We'll make it happen.
Patreons, we're going to Discord. Everybody else, thanks for being here tonight. Thanks to everybody that donated, and we will catch everybody over to Discord. 73, everybody.
73.
73.